Okay, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It was a good movie, but the main takeaway for me from this movie was how many times they dropped the name Incursion. And Incursion in the comic books was when two universes collided. They blew up. Let's go back to Crisis in DC comic books. DC comic books had become overrun with different heroes. Different writers would come in and they would rewrite Superman, they would rewrite John Jones, they would rewrite Batman, Wonder Woman. And instead of saying, we made a mistake, this didn't really happen, let's retcon this or whatever, they just said, well, that was an alternate universe Batman. That was a different universe, you know. And Jonah Hex isn't really from our past, he's from another universe. They were changing things and they were creating different dimensions and different universes to put their heroes in to explain a lot of things. Cool. Eventually they decided we need to get rid of all of this clutter. So they went ahead and they created the Crisis, the original Crisis, where they started destroying, had a supervillain come out and he was destroying all of these multiple universes that were out there until it was just the one, so that the writers could say, okay, well, Superman can only do these things. Wonder Woman's origin isn't these other 5 things, it's this one thing, and so forth and so on. And eventually, they decided, we really want that clutter, so they created an event where all of those other universes weren't actually destroyed, they were just kind of hidden. And there was a wall that was between them, it blew up, and it combined, and it made everything happen. All of that stuff was in one universe. And eventually, they created 52 universes, but that's all another story. But that's the gist of Marvel's Incursion. They got a lot of things that are happening in different places. They decided to make this Incursion. 2 universes are going to crash into one another. If they want to keep this one, they crash and this one blows up and goes away. If they don't want either one of them, they crash. Both of them go away. They were doing that and they were wiping away a lot of the clutter. But at the end of it, a very powerful villain named Dr. Doom amassed an incredible amount of power, even more power. And he decided, you know what? I'm going to make a place called Battle World, and I'm going to have my judgment be the last judgment. What ends up happening is they take bits and pieces from these other universes and they smash it together in their one universe, and they just say it happened because of the Incursion. But now, entities that did not exist in the regular Marvel universe were there. Entities that had been forgotten about or destroyed were back. They changed it the way they wanted to be because of Incursion. Now, in the Marvel movies, they mention Incursion like 175,000 times. It's going to be an Incursion. We got to stop the Incursion. You started an Incursion. They kept saying it. So now what I think they're going to do is they're going to take these, because they've introduced different aspects that are not in the Marvel universe right now. One of which, prepare yourself, one of which was the Fantastic Four. Another one would have been alternate versions of characters that exist. Another one would have been mutants. Man. So mutants. So they exist out there somewhere in the ether. When an incursion happens and these 2 universes collide, I believe they're going to take the opportunity to pick certain things from these different universes and put them together, twist the top, and you're going to have a new MCU. So they're essentially going to reboot the Marvel Extended Universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sorry, wrong universe. They're going to extend the Marvel Cinematic Universe and they're going to add mutants. You know, this is where the Fantastic Four will come from. This is where a lot of people, probably where Deadpool will come from. A lot of entities that aren't there that should have been around. Should have been around like when Thanos showed up. How come you guys weren't there? Oh, we didn't exist in this universe. they're there now. They had a reason that the Eternals didn't fight when Thanos showed up. They showed why the Wizards weren't seen fighting when Thanos showed up. They were there. I had an idea of what they could do. That the mutants were there. They just, they're not as popular as the Avengers. Some people didn't see them. Daredevil is clearly there now. But they're going to go this way, I believe. They're going to have an incursion where these universes collide, and instead of both of them being destroyed, one will be destroyed, and they're going to nitpick from probably the 838 universe, which is the one that was in the movie Madness, the other universe that Strange went to. 838 universe is going to combine with the 616 universe, which is the Marvel comic book / the MCU universe, and they're going to take what they want from that universe and they're going to put it in this one. Big thing being, I think they're going to take mutants and they're going to drop them in this universe. Big thing being, I think they're going to take the X-Men and they're going to take the Fantastic Four and they're going to drop them in there in this universe. Maybe Ghost Rider. Maybe some other people that they haven't used yet that they want to use. I think they definitely need to bring Sabretooth over. I dig Sabretooth. He's one of my favorite ones. Maybe they're going to bring the real version of the Taskmaster because that last one was garbage. It's an opportunity to revamp anything that they haven't done so far, to reintroduce it or to just introduce it into the MCU. And I think it's a good idea. They could have a lot of people at it. And they might, even if they wanted to, if they felt like it, they could bring back some people who died if they felt like it. Iron Man. Old Man Cap. Maybe. They could do anything they want because it'll be a brand new cast of people from another universe. They can recast Iron Man if they felt like it because he'd be an Iron Man from another universe. Might look like Tom Cruise. You never know. You never know. But this is what I think they're going to do with Incursion. I think it's a good idea. I think it can work, of course. It's Marvel. But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? Do you know about the Incursions? Do you think this is a good way to bring the mutants over? Do you have a better idea? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.